Hey guys, this is the 4-hour work week or work day, part 3. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed part 1 and 2. For those of you that have not seen parts 1 and 2, I would recommend you go back and view them. If you follow these steps, you can achieve a 4-hour work day or work week. It really depends on the business that you have. Now, you will need to start a business, and I do recommend the one that I have been doing for almost 17 years. Love it. I choose how long I work. I choose how long my vacations are. Some days I work an hour. Some days I work a little more. It just depends on what I am trying to achieve. So let's get started. Step number 12, efficient workspace setup. Now let me say something here, especially for you service guys. Make sure that the tools you need or the van or the car you're driving, it is set up to where you can go in there and pull the part, the tool, the appliance, whatever you're doing with your business. One thing a customer will notice is a disorganized tech. Same when you walk into someone's home. If you're disorganized or everything looks junky or not where it's supposed to be, or you're hunting for something for 5, 10, 15 minutes, they start to lose confidence in you. I know a lot of guys that I had as techs were very much disorganized. They look sloppy. They look unprofessional. Organize your workspace for maximum efficiency. A well-arranged workspace can save you considerable time during repairs. For those of you that have an appliance repair setup, which again, I highly recommend. It is an awesome, high-in demand business, and it is recession-proof. So make sure you're organized. I show you how to organize for those of you that will become students or are my students, and it works so much better when you can go out and lay your hands on that part or tool that you need. Same with your tool bag. I am often behind an appliance and I can or don't want to get up, and I reach around, pull my tool bag to me. I know exactly where things are supposed to be, and I pull out that tool. So be organized. Step number 13 of part 3, the 4-hour work day or work week. Expand your network. This is a big one, guys. You can save money. You can grow your business. Collaborate with other professionals in your field to share referrals and resources. This can lead to a steady stream of clients, and it will. I collaborate with like parts companies, plumbers, electricians. We talk all the time. Handyman. These guys, if you have an appliance repair business, will grow your business. Even HVAC guys. Now, I've given you 4 or 5 tips for those of you that are considering starting your own residential appliance repair business that will save you money, and they will also tell you who referred you, and you do so in likewise. So when you're out there repairing that customer's appliance, a lot of times when you do a good job, they will ask you, do you know a plumber? Do you know an electrician? Things of that nature. Let me give you a big tip for those of you that are appliance repair guys or girls or plan to do it. You need an electrician in your pocket and a plumber. And you'll learn why. If you haven't taken my course, when you do, they're going to save your bacon many, many times. So make sure you expand your network. That's what we call working smarter and not harder. Number 14, work-life balance. Prioritize your well-being and personal life. A balanced life is crucial for maintaining productivity during work hours. But even more so in this business, especially appliance repair business, money can become addictive. You get paid every day. There's residual income. The more you work, the more you make. So sometimes your priorities in life will get out of balance. Like for your family, your wife or husband if you're a female, your children, your home. You forget to take vacations. You forget to take time off. You get addictive to making that money every day, especially you new guys and girls, because you've never had money every day, and especially where you're in control. But you must work-life balance. In other words, you must balance your work life. The jobs, the repairs are always going to be there. Appliances are breaking every day, all day, and the new ones are breaking even more, usually within 2 or 3 years, especially right after the warranty runs out. So don't worry about the income or the work. This is a very high in demand, recession-proof business. So make sure you take time off, and you also need rest. A happy and a restful tech is very easy when it comes to troubleshooting, and your head is clear on what needs to take place next. Now guys, I cannot overemphasize this one. Don't overlook it. Work-life balance. A lot of guys work too hard and they end up doing the wrong thing, such as alcohol and drugs. Don't do that. So make sure you enjoy your family, enjoy yourself. The most important thing is not money. Step number 15 of part 3, the 4-hour work day or work week. And watch this video to the end. I have a couple of more tips after this thumbnail. So the last one is evaluate and adjust. Regularly review your schedule and performance. Identify areas where you can further optimize and adjust accordingly. Let me give you a couple of tips when it comes to the appliance repair business. One of them, you will learn real soon or quickly what appliances are the easiest to repair and the quickest. Now, the way I ran my business, I always like to do the hard ones first as much as possible. One, you're fresh, you're motivated. If you drink coffee like I do, you've had those 2 cups of coffee and you want to get that one done. By the time the noon time comes, if you work that long, for those of you that work longer than the 4 hours, you tackle the easiest ones, you're in and out of the house. And believe it or not, guys, I think I've said it in one of the other part 1 or part 2, there are some appliances, the way I teach you, that you're going to troubleshoot before you get there, troubleshoot the appliance, and you can actually repair it in 20 minutes, some less. I know you newbies think that's not possible, but it is, very much so. There are a couple of appliances I love when they call my phone. I ask a certain questions and I have that part or parts on my truck. Like I said in the last one, you will get a list of parts. You will get a list of tools that we recommend. It's not expensive. You can start out with less than $200 in tools and parts. You can start with the vehicle you have. I do not recommend going in debt starting a business. If you're even thinking about doing that, you need to reevaluate. That's not how you start a business in the whole. Start with the minimum, and as your business grows, you upgrade. So again, evaluate and adjust on a regular basis. As I said earlier, guys, I wanted you to recommend you watch to the end. As you see on this thumbnail, achieving a 4-hour work week as an appliance repair technician is not an overnight transformation. But with dedication and strategic planning, it is certainly possible. If you take these 15 steps out of these 3 videos I have made and you put them in action, you can achieve the 4-hour work week or the 4-hour work day. I know some of you guys are retired and you're not trying to work 5 days a week. I get students to only work 2 days a week, 3 days a week. That is the beauty of this business. You choose when you work. When you don't want to work, let the voicemail catch those new customers. Call them back, set up the appointment, and go out when it is best for your schedule or when you want to go out. It is really that easy. So again, put these steps into practice. If you need any help, let me know. I'll help you as best I can. But the 4-hour work week and the 4-hour work day is achievable.